Hey guys, Chrisspy here. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be getting ready doing this makeup look. We're going to be catching up, telling you guys about life in Mexico, all the things, so let's get into it. So I'm going to get tacos tonight with my brother, and then we're going to go check out our friend's new lounge. And I never go out anymore, not because I don't feel comfortable around alcohol or whatever. It's because no tengo ganas. I have no desire. But no, I thought it would be cool to check out our friend's new spot. And my brother was like, you're gonna be out past 9 p.m. Better drink some coffee now. I know this foundation is really dark, but it matches my body, so that's just, don't mind that. I did 2 podcasts recently. The first one, I was on Michelle Phan's podcast, and I was so nervous for that, you guys. I'll put links down below. Like, really nervous. I was so proud of myself because I did something that scared me. But Michelle and her team are so cool, and I've known Michelle for so long. I'm really good friends with her sister, and she was just made me feel so comfortable, and she's just a really cool person. I really connect with her. It's so cool to see how our relationships evolve as we evolve as people. Anyway, so if you guys haven't checked it out, I will put a link in the bio. I don't know, it's like I feel safe here on my channel talking with you guys about like really personal things. But for some reason, when, you know, it's out of sort of like my safe spot, I just got really nervous. But everyone has been super kind. The other reason why I was nervous is because in talking about my personal journey and spirituality, it's a lot of like abstract, complex concepts. And so sometimes like I doubt my ability to present them in an easy to understand way. And like with the podcast I did before, I did Ipsy's podcast. I thought I did really bad. Actually, I do this to myself all the time. I'll film a video and I'll be like, dude, that was terrible. The video's so bad, I'm not gonna be able to use it. And then I'll go to edit it and I'm like, dude, it's fine. Why are you tripping? So I talk about the practice of radical acceptance here on my channel. It's such a journey, and I'm not sure you ever get to completion. It just continues to evolve and deepen. So yeah, I'm continuing the practice of radical acceptance, and then I try not to recriminate myself when this stuff comes up because I know it's not helpful. So I try to just allow and recognize, nurture, and watch it pass. Then a few weeks after I did Michelle's podcast, I was also on MindRolling with Raghu Markus. So Raghu Markus is the executive director of the Love Serve Remember Foundation, and he created Ram Dass's podcast. Ram Dass is my favorite spiritual teacher. I talk more about it on the podcast, but basically it's like I started listening to Ram Dass's lectures after I had my spiritual awakening. There are hundreds of episodes, but I started at episode 1, worked my way all the way through, and I listen to them to this day. Like I listen to every single new podcast that comes out, and then I also just like go back and re-listen to old ones. So since the beginning, he did all the intros. So anyways, you guys, this was a huge deal for me, but the conversation just flowed so effortlessly. Like it was a wonderful conversation. I really enjoyed myself. You know, I talk about my journey as an influencer and my personal evolution, and we talk a lot about spirituality and philosophy. So I will link that one in the info box as well. So how do I like living in Mexico? I love living here. In December, it'll be a year since we moved down. The food is great. The beach is beautiful. And my favorite thing about living here is the people. Everyone is so nice and friendly here, and the vibe is relaxed. It doesn't seem like everybody is in such a rush and so anxious as it feels in LA. Yeah, just the friendliness of strangers and the sense of community that's here is really cool to witness and be a part of. I think it was like the first week that we moved down, we got a flat tire, which actually happens quite often because there's lots of dirt roads and just like potholes and whatever. So we end up honestly getting our tires fixed a lot. But I remember that first week, it was like we were still new to everybody, and people were so helpful with us with like figuring out the tire, trying to get us an air pump and whatever. In my observation, that's what I see the way that people treat each other here, is that everyone's generally just kind and friendly to each other. So it's really nice. I still don't know how long we're gonna stay here, if we're gonna move to another part of Mexico or, you know, when we'll move back to the States. It's all up in the air right now. So yeah, it's been really cool making new friends, and I feel like being here for me personally, it's been really good for me to focus on my writing. Probably just like the past couple months, it's just been pouring out of me. And still, I would say the only downside about living here is just the travel back and forth to California. For the eyeshadow, I'm using this Divine Skies eyeshadow palette from M Cosmetics. So I'm just taking this one right here, this sort of neutral shade. My Spanish continues to improve. Honestly, wouldn't mind taking a class just because it's been so many years since I studied Spanish. But I feel like even just being here speaking, like stuff comes back to me. But I notice when I'm nervous or with like certain friends, my Spanish is worse. Like it'll just always be worse. Like whenever I'm talking to certain people, I feel like I can't speak. Like I get tripped up on like certain conjugations. And then sometimes with like the irregular gender nouns, I'll say stuff and then afterwards I'll be thinking about it like, oh, you said that wrong. But nobody here cares. People will very gently correct me by repeating it back in the correct way of saying it. I'm just always listening and paying attention to how people say things and being like, oh, that's how you say that. Just trying to listen and learn, basically. I play around on Duolingo every now and then. But dude, the ads on Duolingo are so annoying. And I don't know, like Duolingo just also, it moves so slow. I feel like it takes you forever to like get through one lesson, but I still do it sometimes. Some new phrases that I've learned. Chucherías, which means junk food, sweets, treats. I just learned this one. This is new. A huevo, which means like, f yeah, hell yeah. And then my friend, when he sees me, he says, que rollo. He always says that to me, and then when I say it back, he laughs. I'm like, what's funny about the way I say it? Oh, and everybody here says buenas as like a greeting. Just buenas. And then I'm wondering if that's everywhere, or if people just say that here. But yeah, everywhere you go, everyone's like, buenas, buenas. On the lid, let's take this shimmery shadow right here. With weight loss in the gym, everything's pretty much the same. Actually, right when I did that video, when I lost, when I hit the 90-pound mark, I actually decided that I was gonna up my calories because I want to focus on muscle growth. So actually, yeah, something did change. So I told myself I'm going to do this until January. So actually I've been doing it for like 2-3 weeks now. And I've been really consistent with making sure that I'm getting enough protein, carbs, fat. And I weighed myself this morning. I don't weigh in as often as I used to, but I was just kind of curious with like eating more food to see where it would be. And I'm still the same, 155 pounds. So that's good because, like I said, I want to focus on muscle growth right now. I'm gonna take this Cosmic Pearl Dewy Eyeshadow from M Cosmetics. I'm gonna dab it right in the center of the eye. I like that. On the under eyes, I'm taking some Studio Fix powder, NC20. Oh, I've been getting this question a lot. I don't think I mentioned it in my last 2 videos, but people ask me a lot if I have loose skin. And yeah, it's mostly just on my stomach. Honestly, it doesn't really bother me because see what had happened was I was even like 220, 230 pounds. I still had my original stretch marks. And then what happened was I got up to like almost 250 pounds and then my stretch marks got stretch marks. The stretch marks don't bother me, like I said. Honestly, the loose skin on my stomach doesn't really bother me. But the thing that's giving me trouble is the girls. None of my bras fit. Right now anyways, that's the only thing that I'm like, I would like to fix this. I'm doing a lot of research right now on different options. I guess I won't really know until I go to consultations and see what they say. That's not something I'm gonna do like anytime soon, but it is something I want to do eventually. But yeah, the loose skin on my stomach, it's here. And it's fine. I'm gonna use black liner and the waterliner today, and the waterline, which I feel like I never do. So I was doing something on my YouTube channel the other day, and I ended up watching some of my old vlogs, my old weight loss vlogs, my keto vlogs. And normally I like can't watch my old content. And specifically, I felt like, I don't know if conflicted is the right word, but a little bit regretful about my vlog series because I felt like I was perpetuating diet culture and harmful desire systems just by me being like so obsessed with the scale and like I need to lose weight and being impatient. It's crazy to see like how much of a different mind state that I was in. But then also I was like, dang, like if I do say so myself, I was like, the vlogs were good. Like they were fun. Like it was fun to watch my life back then. But I almost wish, I was like, why didn't you just vlog and just not make it about the food, which I feel like a lot of you recommended to me, because then I remember at the time being like, I need to stop this because it's not healthy for me, because I would weigh in at the end of every week. I remember feeling a lot of pressure because like, honestly, sometimes like people would be like, Chrisspy messed up again, like you blew it, and like people would be critical over me not losing weight, but really that's not what it was. I'm not into blaming. I was critical of myself. Number one, I put the pressure on myself. So that's why I stopped doing it. But anyways, yeah, it made me feel like I would like to do some vlogs again in the future and have it not be about weight loss. I didn't watch all of them. I kind of just like skipped around. But at one point too, it was like, I think I had been doing the keto and like lifting weights for like a couple weeks only. And then I'm like having this conversation with my trainer about like, I wanted to quit because I like hadn't lost enough weight yet. And he like talked sense into me being like, dude, you've only been doing this for a few weeks. Like you're not gonna completely transform your body. When I started that vlog series was when I very first began to lift weights. So it was really cool to see the progress that I've made in terms of lifting weights because I lift weights on my own now. I was like brand new then, so I was just learning everything. And actually I was contemplating just leaving it with the liner smudged, but I think I am gonna take this shade, the same one we used in the upper crease. I'm just gonna really lightly put that below the eyeliner. And actually, I'm gonna take the darker shade that we used in the crease and I'm gonna put it over the wing over here. And then because we smudged out the liner, it gets lighter. So I am gonna add a little bit more of that pencil back to the bottom of the line. While the lash glue is drying, I'm gonna add a little bit of highlighter. This is Fenty Beauty Pretty Pearls. I've worn these lashes a couple times, so I actually don't even remember the name, but I do remember they're from like the but I do remember they were part of like the Kiss Natural lash line. So I'm going to take the same shadow that we used in the middle of the eye, and I'm just going to put it in the corner of the eyes. For my blush, I'm using this blush called Sherpa from M Cosmetics, and I'm using the M Cosmetics blush brush for this too. Oh wow. So this has a slight sheen to it, so I want to keep it up here because I have a lot of texture down here on my cheeks. Suddenly I'm feeling very fancy for this sweater, but I'm going to change. I'm not going to wear this out. Okay, so for the lips, I'm using this Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner. This is the color Cool Brick. I just made that up. It's cool brown. Okay, and for the lipstick, this is from Lawless Beauty. This is called Annie. It's too pink. It needs to be a little bit more brown because do you see what just happened? BRB. Okay, I want to try this shade from ABH. This is called Butterscotch because the pink with the coolness of the eyes just was not the vibe. That's much better. I like this much better. I feel like it keeps the eyes as a focal point. I'm gonna just blend it a little bit with a liner. I think I may have just found my new favorite nude lip, you guys. Okay, we are done. Put a little bit of setting spray. The Benefit Professional. Okay. All right, makeup complete. I'm really happy with how it came out. I feel like the last couple times I've went to do like full glam, I was like, dude, how did you do this before? Like I was like looking at old pictures of my makeup being like, how did I used to do that? But I'm really happy with how it came out. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Drop me any comments, questions below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I will be back soon. Bye you guys.